Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Prime Time Max on the debate with Arnab. Ladies and gentlemen, something I want to bring to your attention tonight. There is something very sinister, very dark, very underhand in the decision of the United States government authorities to deny, specifically reject, the sculptor of the Ram Lalla idol, the famous Indian sculptor Arun Yogiraj, a simple visa to attend a conference in the United States. Is it Arun Yogiraj's fault that he sculpted the beautiful idol of the Ram Lalla in Ayodhya, Ram Mandir? Does that, in the lexicon of this woke Democrat government of the US, make him a dangerous right-winger? Isn't the World Kannada Conference in the United States, for which Arun Yogiraj was invited to be honored, a significant event that the Americans should encourage rather than put roadblocks for? What is the message the United States government is sending to all people from Karnataka and all people of India? Is it true what I have been hearing, that of late the Americans have been trying to make getting visas even for very legitimate visits by Indian citizens, very urgent visits, even for strong medical reasons to the United States, difficult for Indian citizens? How inhuman is that? Frankly, this decision to target Arun Yogiraj is a deliberate move by the US, and we should protest about it. And the Americans should always remember that we, Bharat, reserves the right to respond equally. Viewers, just day before yesterday, look at the double standards here. The American Consul General went and met Asaduddin Owaisi of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, and they both put out this picture. The American government says we have many shared concerns about the state of the world and the state of India. We want to discuss Indian politics with Asaduddin Owaisi. What are those shared concerns? Are these Americans now trying to directly meddle in our internal politics? Of course they are. Now, let's ask a question here. If it was not Arun Yogiraj, the sculptor of the Ram Lalla statue, but a man called Asaduddin Owaisi of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, or Akbaruddin Owaisi of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, if either of them or both were to want to go to the United States for 3 days for a big conference, would the Americans deny Asaduddin Owaisi a visa as well? Obviously not. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it. Across India, after this decision of the United States government, support for Arun Yogiraj is growing. If the Americans are trying to send a message by targeting the sculptor of the Ram Lalla statue, trying to project him to be a dangerous right-winger who may become an illegal immigrant to the United States, then the American government is displaying pure and simple Hinduphobia. And the Americans and the American government is displaying a toxic intolerance that they should be ashamed of and embarrassed about. Ladies and gentlemen, that is point number one tonight. I'm picking up the issue. It's an exclusive Republic report. And at 8:25 p.m. this evening, the lessons of the partition in the present day context. At 9 o'clock this evening, viewers, Mamata Banerjee is trying to hide something in the Abhaya case. Totally hide something. And Republic will expose what she is wanting to hide. That's at 9 o'clock, and here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on the debate tonight.
Sir, I don't know any reason why it was denied, but we have submitted all the documents related to visa.
The renowned Arun Yogiraj, the man who sculpted the Ram Lalla idol for the Ayodhya Ram temple has been targeted by the United States and denied a simple tourist visa by the US. He had applied for the visa in June 2024 to attend a global felicitation event, and the United States has essentially blocked him from the global recognition by rejecting his visa. Sources are telling Republic that so far, the United States has not even given any reason for the rejection of Arun Yogiraj's visa. Justice for Abhaya becomes India's biggest public campaign. The anger across India is fully justified. Mamata Banerjee is trying to hide something. The post-mortem details of the 31-year-old indicate that it was a gang rape that had 4 semen samples which have been found, which means Mamata government, Trinamool government is hiding something. The autopsy report also indicates that her leg was twisted to 90 degrees, that she was gang raped, that she was tortured, she was murdered. And remember, all of this was done in a hospital run by the Mamata Banerjee government. The officials of the government-run hospital who first tried to brush the case under the carpet are now going all out to cover up the case. Visuals that have been accessed by Republic Bangla, Bengal's #1 news channel, show how the room besides the crime spot was demolished. The crucial evidence was tampered with. Is this a deliberate move to shut the case because the 31-year-old doctor was aware about a major racket that was being run inside the hospital by the mafia operating inside the hospital, backed by the West Bengal government?
आध्यात्मिक जगत में पाकिस्तान कोई वास्तविकता नहीं है। या तो उसका भारत में विलय होगा या पाकिस्तान इतिहास से समाप्त होगा, हमेशा के लिए समाप्त होगा।
Strong statement by Yogi Adityanath there on the horrors of Partition Remembrance Day. The Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, in a fiery speech, challenges Pakistan's very basis as a nation. He says Pakistan has no spiritual basis. Either it will cease to exist or it will merge into Akhand Bharat. Yogi Adityanath challenges the divide and rule playbook on the basis of religion as he once again brings up the Akhand Bharat as he recalls the words of Sri Aurobindo. Without wasting time, the first big issue tonight is the controversy of the day. The well thought out decision, sinister decision of the United States government to send a message to India, send a message to all Hindus in India, send a message to all the citizens of Karnataka by targeting world-renowned sculptor Arun Yogiraj, who is the sculptor of the Ram Lalla idol in the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. Ladies and gentlemen, this is such a shocking decision, but it's part of a United States government strategy of late, which is a mix of Hinduphobia and an attempt to try and send a message across to all Indians. Let's debate.
He's the Ram Lalla idol sculptor. Arun Yogiraj's visit to America has been unexpectedly halted. America, without providing any explanation, has denied him and his family a visa. India's most famous sculptor had applied for an American visa to attend the Association of Kannada Kutas of America's World Kannada Conference 2024 in Richmond, Virginia.
I don't know any reason why it was denied, but we have submitted all the documents related to visa. We have furnished our IT returns, bank balance, and audit reports and everything. But even I don't know what are the criteria they will check. But ultimately, even I don't know the reason why it was denied. But it's okay. It's something. Denied. I think I will attend the function next year maybe. I don't know about them. They must have some rules and regulations for issuing the visa. Even I'm not aware of that. But what are the documents required for that? I've taken it with me, and we have followed all the rules and regulations. But still, it was denied. I don't know the reason. I don't know. Even I think central government can't do anything. I don't know that. But just I gave this information that this is what happened with me. And even I am waiting for that, what will happen. Nothing like that.
America hasn't disclosed any reasons for the visa rejection, a move that has deeply affected Indians both in the US and India. Arun Yogiraj sculpted the Ram Lalla idol, which was consecrated in the newly constructed temple in Ayodhya this January. A fifth-generation sculptor, he was invited to the grand consecration ceremony in Ayodhya. Yogiraj has previously crafted the 12-foot-tall idol of Adi Sankaracharya installed in Kedarnath and the statue of Subhash Chandra Bose near India Gate in New Delhi. BJP parliamentarian Yaduvir Vadayar has pledged to bring this issue to the attention of the central government. It was to be his global recognition moment. Is America trying to bully and elbow out the sculptor of Ayodhya Ram Lalla idol?
I have Ashok Gowda, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Air Marshal B.K. Murali is also with us today from Bangalore. But I'd first like to ask Swami Nirbhayanandaji, who is the president of the Ramakrishna Vivekananda Ashram in Gadag in Karnataka. Swamiji, we are all very shocked at the way in which Arun Yogiraj has been targeted. He is not a criminal. He is not a smuggler. He is simply one of the most renowned sculptors of India, identified with his great work for the Ram temple in Ayodhya. What is your reaction to the American government decision to target him, deny him a simple visa, make him look like he's a criminal or a possible illegal immigrant?
Thank you, first of all, for the invitation that you have extended to me to take part in this very meaningful debate. This is the first time I am taking part in a program of the present kind. I would like to tell you, Arnab, all along I have been a great admirer of your channel and the way you put across things, you articulate things, and you create that sense of tremendous nationality within every viewer who happens to be a witness for all that goes on your channel.
Thank you.
Coming to the point, well, even I myself was a victim twice for the denial of this American visa. In 2004, I was invited by the World Parliament of Religions Organizing Committee to represent Hinduism in Spain in 2004 in the city of Barcelona, and I was to talk about Indian educational philosophy. In the meantime, I had also applied for American visa because I had a plan to visit some of the cities in America where our devotees were much interested in organize some programs. I was denied. In 2006, I was denied. When I wrote to the Consulate General to cite the reason as to why at all I am being denied, they simply said the consulate officers are quite competent enough to judge whether or not the applicant needs a visa at all. That is all one sentence that my reply had contained. It seems they do not have any sort of a set norms or a sort of set criteria based on which they come to the conclusion whether or not a person should be given any visa. It is a bit whimsical. Definitely there is no any reason at all. And Arun Yogiraj is such a person today who commands admiration and appreciation from all across the globe, and America definitely would have done a great job in the task of recognizing his talent at a global level. It would have definitely been a feather in its cap, but unfortunately it did not realize the importance and significance of having a person of the stature that Arun Yogiraj is, and America lost an opportunity, I should say, in again proving the fact that beyond all borders, beyond all cultures, beyond all religions, it has got that Catholicity and broad-mindedness to appreciate and recognize talent, which is definitely an asset for the whole humanity and not confined by any sort of geographical or cultural confinements. It's really, I am very much pained to see. I am very much pained to hear.
Yes. Swamiji, I first of all thank you very much for your kind words about me and about our network. I am personally very shocked today to hear that a person of your eminence has also been rejected an American visa, especially when, everybody knows that the World Parliament of Religions and Swami Vivekananda's speech there is part of global history. And I'm shocked to hear this, frankly.
But it was a fact.
But it's horrible to even think. I mean, it makes me wonder whether there is some implicit Hinduphobia that is going on. And if there is, then we should be told about it. Ashokji, I'm just going to come to you, but Air Marshal B.K. Murali, this has become a viral story. Everybody's talking about it. When I heard about it first, I couldn't believe it. Then we got a confirmation from Arun Yogiraj himself. What are your thoughts on this, Air Marshal?
Arnab, thank you for having me on your program. It's a great pleasure to be talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
And it's a great privilege for me. This Arun Yogiraj's case, it is utterly shocking, particularly for Kannadigas, because he's a non-controversial man. He is a fifth generation sculptor, young man, and he has been invited actually by the Kannada Quota Association of the United States at Richmond in Pennsylvania. Now, rejecting a visa, he applied for American visa like a normal, citizen of India. And then it's a matter of great, honor for that man to visit America and be honored by the ACCA. And to reject his visa for no rhyme or reason and, telling him that, look, you cannot enter the, United States is really shocking and absolutely heartbreaking for thousands of Kannadigas like me. And then the man is so, dignified that he says, all right, if you have rejected my visa, probably I will visit next year. I mean, that shows his, dignity and decency. But Americans, like you said, yes, there is some kind of Hinduphobia, obviously, in the United States. But Hinduphobia for a talented sculptor who has done some really incredible work in the country, I really don't understand what exactly are they trying to do. In fact, in my opinion, the Ministry of External Affairs should step in and they should convince the United States that, look, he is a talented man and he is totally non-controversial and he is a sculptor and he is our national hero. And
yes,
rejecting a visa is really absolutely ridiculous.
I think the Ministry of External Affairs should put it up formally because the Americans don't understand an informal language. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, Arun Yogiraj is from a renowned family, 5 generations of sculptors. And his grandfather was patronized by the king of Mysore. And he's a very humble person. What's happening here, Ashok, I actually said that day before yesterday, the US Consul General flew down for a meeting with Asaduddin Owaisi. I have the picture here. I'm not drawing a comparison between both. I run the picture here. But I asked a question, Ashok. I said that if Asaduddin Owaisi were to apply for a visa to attend any program to do with the World Islamic Council or any other event or any cultural or social or religious event, would the Americans deny Asaduddin Owaisi a visa?
So see, Americans,
Ashok.
in my view, Americans are misunderstanding the actual fact of secularism.
Yes.
The
Ashok,
reality is, we have seen Narendra Modiji's visa was rejected. As Swamiji is saying, another Swamiji in Raichur, one of the very small Mata Swamiji, just because he had written Swami Virupakshananda Swamiji, and his visa was rejected, is a family friend and is a guru to me. So there's so many evidences where America rejects the people who think that they are propagating Indianness. We are nowhere propagating the Hindu or anything like that. We are propagating Indianness. What is Indianness? Indianness is nothing but whatever we want, whatever is our 11,000, 14,000 years of history. But Americans want to say that the history has begun only 100 years, 150 years, whenever they were born, 250 years. They are not ready to understand that Indianness is a DNA which runs for more than 14,000 years. And this is the problem with America. America wants to recognize and small religions, but America does not want to recognize an Indian. Arun Yogiraj is an Indian by all forms. Just because he sculpted Rama's statue in Ayodhya, if he is denied the visa, this clearly shows the double standards of America. As you are already rightly saying that if a US consulate visits Asauddin Owaisi and takes a picture and says we will process the visa center very fast, at the same time they should realize that what does Rama mean for an Indian? Rama is not a god for us, but a philosophy for us. We are bounded with the philosophies of Rama and Krishna. So just not this two. So many things are there. We are a history which is more than anybody, all put together, if they count, we have a history of 1,000 years, 2,000 years. We all put together, we are a history which will cross more than them. And that is probably the reason America targets Swamiji's,
Yes.
America targets Modi ji.
No, I was
America
shocked about what
targets Modi.
Swamiji said today, Ashok.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say this, my view would be, and I'll go back to Swamiji, that, America has a problem that it has almost no history. I mean, American history is the history of the American Civil War. It's about 200 to 300 years old. America does not have history. But despite a country which has no history, almost no history in relative terms, it should benefit from learning about the Hindu civilizational heritage of thousands of years. And I would say, Ashok, so what if we want to spread Hindu philosophy in the US? They should encourage us to spread Hindu spiritualism and philosophy in the United States. Every time they have taken it, they have benefited, And when famous yogis, when famous swamis go to the US, they take Hindu thought to the US and US benefits. But this is political also. I think, Swamiji, what's going on now is political. Swamiji, would you agree with me that what's going on is political?
Whatever it may be, one thing that you said is quite appealing to me, that America benefits immensely if it can really understand what Hinduism means. In fact, their founding fathers of American culture, today we call as Transcendental Movement, founded by Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, Walt Whitman, and all those people. They were highly inspired by Indian philosophy. They were highly inspired by Indian philosophical thought. And in fact, when Vivekananda moved across the borders of America, country was so much attracted to him and his philosophy that newspaper editorials went on writing like, this is this truth we were seeking all these days.
Yes.
This is the truth we were seeking all these days. So if you're really passionate about truth, if you are really scientific in your attitude, because after all, truth is the basis of all science. Science is nothing but an expression of truth in its own way. Science, truth being infinite, it can express itself in infinite ways. And science is one major way whereby truth expresses itself. So familiarity with the truth, to that extent, enables a man to become more and more scientific in approach, and also he'll be able to enter into deeper and deeper depths of scientific thought and scientific realities. When this is the thing, when this is the sort of the realization that they got, when they went on hearing to Swami Vivekananda's philosophy and all that, why even today, several of American universities have got Hinduism as a full-fledged subject at graduation and post-graduation level. In fact, I was invited by Colorado University to talk on the subject of a comparative study between Buddhism and Upanishads. Professors, etc., sat for about 2 hours, and the whole program lasted for about 3 hours, and it was very well received. And I also have been receiving invitations from places like Rochester University and all that. All these things will conclude one thing, that is, Hinduism is not a religion that is understood in the Western sense. It is a training whereby the acceleration of a man, the evolution of a man will become accelerated. Is there any way whereby the acceleration of a living being, especially man, can be accelerated. Yes, there is a way, and that is exactly what today we call as
Yes.
Hinduism.
Yes,
And
Swamiji.
definitely, any person who familiarizes himself with Hinduism is going to be immensely benefited. Just
Yeah.
one sentence.
In fact,
The father of atom bomb, Robert Oppenheimer, in a very clear language, has said, "What today we shall find in modern physics is an encouragement, exemplification, and illustration of ancient wisdom of the Hindus." What more testimony you want?
Yeah, absolutely,
And-
sir. You are totally correct. If only the Americans were to understand it. But
Yeah.
I really appreciate the depth you've added to the discussion, and Ashok Gowda and Air Marshal Murali. I'm not taking this into a debate zone, but collectively, viewers, we need to send a message to the Americans. Americans must know this. If they are trying to send a message to us, it is well received. We understand that you are trying to present a little bit of Hinduphobia. You're trying to threaten people in India, saying that we will stop your visas. We don't care. India will not change its foreign policy because of this kind of pressure from the Americans. It is the Americans who will end up losing much.